Alright, in this video tutorial, this is actually still part of step 5, not the next step. So what we're gonna do inside this while loop is that we're gonna instantiate an instance of sales record. Sales record, let's call this record, is equal to new sales record. Recall that I created a class called sales record and I had a default no argument constructor, so that's what I'm using to instantiate an instance of this sales record class. Okay, I'm using this constructor. So when I do that, I have successfully created an object which is an instance of the sales record class. Now with that, I can use this object to invoke the set serial number to set a serial number which will be assigned to the serial number field over here. I can use that to set the invoice number, which will take as its argument the invoice number and assign it to the invoice number field here. I can invoke the set description, which will take as its argument a string description, and I assign the string description to the description field over here. So that's what we're going to do in this while loops iteration. So let's start with record dot set serial number, and to get the serial number I'm going to say result set dot get int. Now the get int method will retrieve the value of a field as an int, and the field that we're going to retrieve is going to be the serial number field. So I have to go over here and copy the serial number field and paste it over here. In the next field we're gonna retrieve from the table, we need to set it to the object, is to set the invoice number. I'm gonna set the invoice number, and I'll do that by saying rs.get int, and the name of the tables column is gonna be invoice number. So again, I'm gonna copy it from here. You need to make sure you copy it so that you get the names right. If you type the names wrong, you're not gonna get it. Okay, so the next thing is record dot set description. That requires a string. Set this description, that requires a string. So I'm gonna say result set dot get string, and I'm gonna pass in the name of the column for description, which is description. Okay, and the next column is record dot set sales price. That requires a double, so I'll say rs dot get double, and I'm gonna pass in sales price. Okay, then the next one is record dot set amount paid, and I'm gonna pass in rs dot get double because amount paid is holding a double. Then I'm gonna copy amount paid. I'm gonna paste it over here. The next one is record dot set quantity. I'm gonna say rs dot get double. Again, go over to the database and copy quantity. then I'm gonna paste. Oops, notice there was an extra space. It's important you don't let that extra space stay, because that's gonna make your program not to run. Okay, next one is record dot set. What are we supposed to set next? Let's check it out. Discount. So next thing should be discount. Let me just copy it. So next one is record dot set this. I like IntelliSense, so dot set discount. Yeah, to get the spelling correctly. So rs dot get double, and I'll have to pass in discount. Oops. Okay, so I think one is left. Yeah, customer name. So you need to set the customer name. So I copy customer name and say record dot set customer name, and you say a customer name is a string, so we say rs dot get string, and then we pass in customer name. Okay, so now that we've called all the setter methods to set all the fields of record, let me explain what this rs.get int, get string, get double, where are these methods coming from. Alright, if you check the API documentation, you're going to see that the result set has getter methods to get different data types from different columns of the database. Like we have get string, which retrieves the value of the designated column in the current row of this result set object as a string in the Java programming language. We have get short. As a matter of fact, we have get all the primitive data types, and get string as well. So you don't have get object in case you are storing objects in the result set. Okay, so here's get float. I mean, you can get any kind of data type you wish. Okay, so let's go over to Eclipse, and what we're gonna do is that since this record object has set all its fields, it's ready to be added to the list. So we need to add it to the list. So the lists, which is sales records, recall that, don't get confused, this is a list, a collection. This is a class, okay, and this is an instance of this class. So don't get confused there. This is the list. So we use the list to add. We are adding a sales record object to the list, which is record. Okay, so record is an instance of a sales record, and that's what our list was supposed to hold. So in the next video tutorial, okay, before we conclude, let's return what this method is supposed to do. So this method is supposed to return a list. So when this iteration, this while loop has finished, we should be able to return the list, which is sales records, and by that time the list must have been populated with all the records that were returned in the result set. So let's check it out on the next video tutorial.